live locally. I moved to this area about 7 years ago, and I really like it around here. We have some amazing landscape. We have the hills, we have the South Downs, we have the harbour of Chichester. We're very fortunate. But what we don't have is freedom, you know, real freedom. And that is what I've been standing up for since March 2020, when I discovered this was all a bit of a lark. What happened then is that we had the recovery trial. Who knows the recovery trial? Has anyone heard of the recovery trial run by Oxford University? And the recovery trial was there to find treatments. Okay, it was the trial which was supported by the government to find successful treatment. A professor in France, not here, professor in France, Professor Christian Perron, has found out is that from the data published from that trial, 90 people died. They've looked through all the statistics, and these people, good doctors, not here sadly, no one's been talking about it here, even though the trial took place in Oxford, or was done in the NHS trusts across the country, but was started by professors in Oxford University. So I've been speaking up. Now, with Sussex Police, I rang up our local police and I invited them to my home because I had all the data on the recovery trial. I've been following it, I've been tweeting about it. I invited the police to my home. So with another friend of mine, we presented the data in my house to the police to report a crime of 90 people killed. Yes, we are reporting a case of murder. The police looked at the data, they did look at the data, but then they left without giving me a crime number or anything. That's it. Anyway, I went shopping in Waitrose, and on the first occasion I was pulled aside and told that I couldn't purchase my goods because I wasn't wearing a mask, okay? So I did bring out my exempt card and I showed it to this security who seemed intent on making sure that I was going to get arrested or be shown the door. Anyway, I showed my exemption. They had to let me purchase the goods. So I then, a few weeks later, went back to Waitrose, which in fact at the time I was a really good supporter of Waitrose. It was my supermarket of choice. And I went back, and that very same security that had seen me show my exemption went over to his manager and said, and had a word to him. The manager approached me. I was just making my way without a mask, just wanting to do my shopping, not making a fuss, just going through, getting my trolley. The manager came up to me and said that I had to wear a mask. I said no, it contravenes my human rights, and he then left me. He went off. So I thought, oh okay, I'll carry on with my shopping. I was in about the fourth aisle and the police turned up and arrested me for antisocial behaviour. It is ridiculous. I didn't kick off, I didn't do anything wrong, but yes, I was arrested for antisocial behaviour. So I was taken to Chichester police station by the lovely officers around here. I was taken off to Chichester and interviewed there. All the time I was just civil and actually quite friendly, chatting to the officers while I was in a holding bay in custody. And but the sergeant in charge decided that I needed to be put in a cell and to be stripped naked. That's right. I was taken to a cell. I had 3 officers, female officers, and they said, if you don't strip naked, we will be forced to strip you naked. and you'll put on these police issue clothes because you are a risk to yourself, okay? Why am I a risk? I said, no, I've done my own risk assessment. I am not a risk to myself. Believe me, an hour or so ago, I was just pushing my cart and actually filling my shopping trolley with goods, and then, I've ended up here. And for what? So anyway, I stripped because I didn't want them. I thought if I go to the point where they're stripping me, actually it could get violent. They could get violent towards me. But this is abuse. Don't get me wrong. This is somebody who is peacefully shopping without a mask, and then I'm forced in a police station to strip completely naked. This is how tyrannical our police officers are. And whilst I was in the holding, before I was taken to the cell, whilst I was in the holding area, one of the officers said, "Oh, didn't I see you drunk in the street about a week ago?" And they were trying to pin something. I said, "Well, no, that's unusual because I rarely drink. I only drink like on the very odd occasion for some, festivity." And then some other coppers said, "Oh, actually, we know you. We came to your house." So they knew I was the one that was trying to bring a charge against the Oxford University recovery trial. So they knew that I had been speaking up against what is going on. Anyway, once that sergeant went off duty, the next sergeant came on and said I was released without charge, that I could put my clothes back on, and I was released without charge. That means that I did nothing wrong. I didn't get a fine, I didn't get a charge, I didn't get any warning, nothing. So to say that I'm an ASBO case, so I'm taking Sussex police to court. And I've got Robin Tilbrook, very good solicitor, also chairman of the English Democrats Party. And I've got Francis Hall, who is going to be the counsel. So I have a very good team who know that I have a case. And I am taking them to court for what they've done to me, this case of police abuse. And so I'm hoping that this will be successful. We got, quite a lot of backwards and forwards with letters, legal letters going out. We sent out letters to Waitrose. They never got back. They never replied to our legal letter. Never have. They had 21 days. They still haven't replied, and it's a few months ago. The police said, right, we need 3 months. We need the 21 days. They said, no, we can't get an answer to you in 21 days. They came back in about under 3 months, and they said, the letter that they've written, it was about 5 pages of lies, saying that I'm an ASMO, that I was aggressive, that I was filming them and I shoved my phone in their faces, and that I am the reason, I'm to blame for my arrest. And it's just extraordinary because it's just absolute lie. And in this response, they're saying, I'm an ASBO, yeah, I'm antisocial behaviour. So why haven't I got an antisocial behaviour order? Why wasn't I charged? But that is going to be their defence. But I'm going to fight as hard as I can to prove that they're lying to you, to cover up what actually is going on here. And we've got to all wake up to the fact that the police and the government and the local councils, the local government are all working in unison to actually carry on this tyranny and bring in the Great Reset. That's it, the Great Reset that our MP, Chichester MP here, Gillian Keegan MP, member of the World Economic Forum, connected to the World Economic Forum, who are going to bring in the Great Reset. She's Cabinet Minister, She's had an amazing trip to the cabinet in just a few short years as an unknown, and now she's there in the cabinet with Boris and ushering in what they want to do. But we are fighting back. I mean, not literally fighting back, so, because we're all peaceful here and not ASBOs, but we will make sure that these people are held to account. Any which way you can stand up, any which way you can take any kind of legal action against these people, the more people that do this, the closer and quicker we have to bringing these people to account.